national debt. Just write that, national debt. The debt that we are in as a nation. First of all, Americans are like sheep. They never ask themselves questions. If we have a national debt of $6 trillion, it would be interesting to know who we owe. Do you ever ask yourself that question? Well, the national debt. Well, what is it? Who do we owe? Where'd we get the money? What'd we borrow it for? What's the interest rate? Who are we paying back? We don't know. We just go on. Listen to this. The national debt in 1901 was $1 billion. One. It stayed there until World War I, and it went up $25 billion after World War I. A jump from $1 billion to $25 billion as a result of one war. 1942 to 1952, it went from 25 billion to 72, no, excuse me, let me start over. 1918 to 1941, on the eve of World War II, it had gone from 25 billion to 49 billion. 1942 to 52, it went from 72 billion to 265 billion. From 1962 to 1970, it went from 303 billion to 383 billion. From 1971 to 76, from 409 billion to 631 billion. From 1990, from 76 to 90, it went from 631 billion to 2 trillion. You know that a trillion is 1,000 billion. You understand that? I don't want to get these numbers so big to you that you don't understand. Let me break it down for you. In 1990, the national debt was $2 trillion. As of today, you have to get it every day. As of today, it's 6 trillion from 2 trillion. 6 trillion 795 billion 955 million 74,699.99. That's what we owe today. To whom? To whom do the citizens of the United States of America owe $7 trillion? Wait, it's growing. Are you ready? It's growing $1.6 billion a day. How's it growing if we're not borrowing anymore? Thank you. But your Bible doesn't call it interest. Your Bible calls it usury. I dare you to touch somebody and say, you're using me. Oh, See, when that banker comes along and said, well, it's just thus and so interest, you ought to look right back at him and say, you're using me. See, you don't think you can get out. You're looking at me like it's a mocking dream. Here's what your Bible says, Exodus 22:25. If you lend money to any of my people that are poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as an usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury, neither shall you lay upon him interest. Leviticus 25:36 and 37. Take thou no interest of him or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee, that thou shalt not give him the money by interest, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. Deuteronomy 23:20. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand unto, to the land whither thou goest to possess it. Here's what Thomas Jefferson said. If the American people ever allow private banks to control the issue of their money, first by inflation, then by deflation. The banks and corporations that will grow up around them, around the banks, will deprive the people of their property until their children wake up homeless on the continent their fathers conquered. Do you know right now, if we got together as the American people and we sold every building and every square inch of American soil for the total amount of its worth, we would have to pay back that America and 2 more. Somebody owns this nation. Drive in here all reared back in that car like you own it. Miss a payment and see who owns it. And see if they give you the interest back that you paid on the loan that you've been paying for 5 years. You think you own your house? Miss 4 payments and they'll stick a foreclosure sign out in front of you because the bank owns your house.